Hi, my name is Jaclyn with YOGATX. Today's class will focus on yoga for the feet and legs, specifically the quadriceps, the front of the thighs here. So we'll start standing today. So you'll take your feet about hips width distance. So you'll just look down at the bony part of your hips here, and then you want your pinky toes at least as wide as that. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna pick up the toes and try to spread the toes down, setting one toe down at a time, spreading the toes down nice and wide. And what that's gonna do is ground down firmly through all four corners of the feet, the big toe, pinky toe, both sides of the heel, and also lift up through the arches of the feet, the inside of the feet. Good, so keep that really strong engagement of the feet. And then here we're gonna lift up through the quads, so the knees lift, draw the navel in slightly, lift up through the collarbones, roll the shoulders up towards the ears, back and down. We'll turn the palms to face forward, and then lift the ears up and back, close the eyes for a moment. So this is mountain pose or Tadasana. It teaches us literally how to stand up tall on 2 feet with an open heart and open mind. Let's take some deep breaths here and feel free to sway from front to back a couple of times, side to side, still maintaining that connection with the foot lock or Pada Bandha. And then you can lean back side to side a couple of times as well. And then eventually just find center. So this foot lock is really important for foot health to hold throughout different standing poses. So let's go ahead and work on that in a balancing pose. So what we'll do is we'll come onto our left foot, come onto the ball of the right, and then hands can come to the waist. From here, we'll go ahead and bring that sole of the foot down so that it's pressing on top of the ankle, knee drawn out towards the side, and then root your hips down towards the earth. So you could stay here. If you want a little bit more of a challenge, we'll slide the foot up onto the calf. And then continue to press firmly into the big toe, pinky toe, the heel of the standing leg. And then if you want even more, you could reach for that leg and bring the sole of the foot to the inner thigh. We'll bring the hands to heart center for tree pose or Vrksasana. And then maybe the arms even come up overhead. And you can let your tree sway. Keep pressing your foot into your thigh, thigh into your foot. We'll go ahead and release the arms down. And then slowly release the foot. And then we'll just shake it out a little bit, shake out the feet, shake out the hands. And then we'll come over onto the right foot, ball of the left, root firmly into the big toe, pinky toe, both sides of the heel. We'll lift up through those inner arches. And then we'll go ahead and draw the left sole of the foot on top of the ankle. So you're welcome to stay here with the toes rooting down into the earth. Root your hips down as you reach up through the heart center. And then if you want to go deeper, we'll bring that foot to the calf. You can press the foot into the calf, calf into the foot. If you need even more, you can bring the foot above the knee. It's important you don't put pressure on the knee joint. Press the foot into the thigh, thigh into the foot. And then maybe hands come to heart center, up overhead. Take a couple deep breaths here, still maintaining that foot lock or Pada Bandha. And we'll go ahead and release the arms down through heart center. We'll release the foot as well and shake it out. So we'll come into one more balancing pose. Let's come onto the left foot, spread the toes nice and wide again. Root firmly into that big toe, pinky toe, both sides of the heel. Come onto the ball of the right foot. We're gonna bend the standing leg, and then we're gonna cross the right ankle on top of that left thigh. And then from here, we'll bring the hands to heart center. And then flex through that right foot as well, fanning the toes and lifting up through that arch. And breathe. This is the eagle pose variation. And then we'll inhale, lift up. Exhale, release that foot, shake it out a little bit. Come onto the right foot, fan the toes out, press firmly into the big toe, pinky toe, the heels as you lift up through that arch. Bend the standing leg, the right leg, and then cross the left ankle on top of that right thigh. Bring the hands to heart center. It's okay if your balance is a little wobbly. Balance is dynamic, so it's always changing. And breathe here. Inhale, press into the foot to lift the torso, and then release the opposite foot down. Shake it out. Come back into mountain pose, rooting firmly into all four corners of the feet, drawing the kneecaps up, arms down by your side. Inhale, extend the arms up overhead, palms come together. For Urdhva Hastasana, press the palms firmly in towards one another. From the navel, root down through the feet, and from the heart, extend up through the fingertips. And then exhale, we're gonna fold forward, bend the knees on your way down. Continue that connection with the feet. Inhale, we'll lengthen the spine. Exhale, let's step the left foot back and then the right, coming into down dog. The ears are in line with the arms. 10 fingers pressing firmly into the mat. 10 toes pressing firmly into the mat. And then let's just lift our right heel up towards the sky. Drawing the left heel down, stretching the calves. And then we'll go ahead and do the opposite side. Right heel moves down, lifting the left heel up and towards the sky. And just keep doing that, bicycling the legs, stretching out the feet, the ankles, the backs of the thighs. And then we'll go ahead and come back with both heels drawing down towards the mat. And then let's go ahead and lift the heels up towards the sky. Bend the knees so the shins come parallel with the mat. And then from here, we'll lift the knees back up. And then let's go ahead and lower the heels over towards the right side of the yoga mat. Inhale back to center. Heels move over towards the opposite side. And inhale back to center. And then let's just pivot the right heel down towards the mat. You can bend the left knee. We'll do the opposite side. Left heel comes down towards the mat. Bend the right knee. Inhale back to center. And then we'll go ahead and just bend the knees. And we're gonna come down to sitting on our heels. So we'll come onto our shins and then come to sitting on our heels. We'll bring the hands down to our thighs and we'll just stretch the shoulders a little bit. So this pose is really good to stretch the feet and the ankles. Interlace the fingers. Inhale, extend the arms up overhead. Exhale, release the arms down by your side. Inhale, extend the arms up overhead. Exhale, lower the hands down through heart center. Inhale, extend the arms up overhead, palms facing up. Exhale, lower the arms down. Inhale, extend the arms up. Exhale, release the hands to heart center. We're gonna lean forward, bring the hands to the yoga mat. Tuck the toes under, and then we're gonna sit back onto the heels. So we'll stretch the feet here. If this is too intense for you, you can always keep the hands moving forward and just pressing the heels back, the hips back towards the heels. Otherwise, you can bring the torso upright and breathe here. It can be pretty intense if you don't practice this pose very often, so feel free to come out of it if you need to. We'll do a little arm work again. So interlace the fingers, inhale, extend the arms up overhead. And then exhale, lower the arms down by your side. Inhale, extend the arms up overhead, palms come together. Exhale, lower the hands down. We'll do that sequence one more time. Inhale, extend the arms up overhead. Exhale, lower the arms down. Inhale, extend the arms back up. Exhale, release. Go ahead and lean forward. Come back to sitting on our feet. And then here, let's bring the hands to the knees and we'll just rock onto our knees, onto our ankles a couple of times. It stretches out the ankles. It's really good for the feet and the ankles. It's called the ankle stretch pose. And then we'll just come back sitting onto our shin. And let's come lying all the way onto our belly. So from here, we'll come onto the belly. We'll come into Sphinx pose first. So the elbows are directly underneath the shoulders or slightly forward. And then the heart's moving forward as the elbows draw back. We're gonna go ahead and turn the left arm so that it's parallel with the front of the mat. Bend our right knee, and then we'll reach back for that right foot. Draw that heel in towards your sit bones. And then you can keep, so go ahead and grab for the inside of your foot, thumb pointing up towards the sky. If that is not enough stretch for you, you can draw that heel in and start spinning your fingers forward, elbow points up towards the sky. And then here the torso is squared forward as much as possible. And the knees are drawing in towards one another. And then we'll go ahead and exhale, release that foot down. And do the opposite side. So right forearm comes parallel with the front of the mat. We'll bend the left knee and then reach back for the inside of that foot, thumb pointing up towards the sky. If the foot's not accessible, that's okay. You're still probably getting a quad stretch, or you could reach for a strap and loop that strap around the foot. Otherwise, we'll draw that heel in towards your sit bone, and then you can spin your fingers forward, elbow pointing up towards the sky. And then try to square the torso forward as much as possible. Knees drawing in towards one another. And then we'll go ahead and exhale, release that foot. Come back into Sphinx pose for just a moment. Here, we'll go ahead, inhale, lengthen the spine forward. Exhale, chin towards chest, lift up through the navel. Inhale, lengthen the spine forward. Exhale, chin towards chest, lift up through the navel. Inhale, lengthen the spine forward. Exhale, chin towards chest. And then inhale, lengthen the spine forward. From here, we'll go ahead and plant the hands underneath the shoulders, 10 fingers spread nice and wide. Elbows hugging in towards the side body. Tuck the toes under, and then we're gonna push up for our push-up. Come back into child's pose, so toes come together, hips towards heels for child's pose. Rest the forehead down, and take a couple deep breaths here. And then let's come up, inhale, hands and knees. Exhale, press into the hands, send the hips up and back, down dog. Draw the heels down towards the mat to stretch the backs of the legs. Lift up through the groins, draw the low ribs in. And then we'll turn the gaze to look forward. You can walk, step, or jump towards the front of your yoga mat. Inhale, lengthen the spine, root firmly through the feet. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen the spine, come all the way up to standing, arms come up overhead. Exhale, lower the hands down through heart center. We'll check in here in mountain pose or Tadasana. And then open the eyes. And thank you so much for watching the video today. Again, my name is Jaclyn. If you enjoyed this video, please like it and feel free to subscribe so that you're notified of any future videos. Namaste.